Hi friends, and welcome to my channel. If you're new, my name is Sheila, and if you're not new, welcome back. I'm happy to have you here joining us today for a weekly plan with me, and let's just dive into it, all right? I got my coffee. It was a nice and snowy day today, and I'm ready to dive in to getting clear on the week ahead. So the first thing I always do before I actually do any weekly planning is I do a weekly review of how the previous week went. So I always do this inside of my personal journal, which you'll see here. So I always do this inside of my personal journal because I just like having everything in one place and not having a bunch of different journals. I used to do my weekly reviews digitally inside Notion, and once that stopped really resonating and working for me, I just switched back to a journal. So my weekly review really consists of writing my highs for the week and also my lows for the week, and how I recall these is one from memory, which might be hard if I'm having kind of a brain foggy day as I was today. So another way I see how my previous week was is by looking through my past journal entries for the week, which I just, I journal every day, so that's really kind of a good record for me to look back and see the overall, like what actually happened on that day, how I felt, and just, the highs and lows of the day to get me the overall tone for the week. Another way that I can recall how my week went is looking at my past week planners. So I have like an overall weekly planner and also my day-to-day planner, and I kind of look and see, how the day went, if I got a lot done, if I didn't get things done, and just kind of like recall how those days went. Also in my week at a glance planner here, I write out my goals and habits that I want to work on for the week and also all my tasks. So that gives me a gauge of how productive and how much stuff I got done and all of that. And those all help me figure out, overall, how was my week? So once I finish my weekly review, I'm ready to move on to like the overall focus for my week, which I do in my weekly planner. I've done previous weekly planning videos with me where I explain this more in depth and show you, so I'll link those above and down below. So we just won't go into that for this video. But this is my weekly journal where I really focus on just my overall goals for the week, habits that I'm cultivating, a running weekly to-do list, because that's just how my brain works, where I just know all the things I need to get done for the week and I just want them in one place, but I don't know what days I'm going to get them done. I just kind of put them inside of this planner. So I'll write out how I want to feel this week, because I feel like that's the best way to kind of set the overall like tone for the week and set that intention. So this week I want to feel energized, inspired, peaceful, and creative. These have been like running feelings that I've been really trying to cultivate into my life since starting the year. And then I'll write my goals for the week, which really are broken down monthly goals for my power sheets. So if you haven't seen any of my power sheet monthly goal setting videos, definitely go check those out. I'll link my February goals video so you can check that out. But I just have 4 goals that I want to work through this week, and then my next section is the habits that I want to maintain or just keep up, which are just daily habits that I keep track of inside of my power sheets again, but I put them on here to kind of set that intention. And one other section that I don't normally add into this spread is my top 3 focus for the week. This week that I'm going into is a little bit different because I have a presentation for a virtual speaking gig that I have on Friday. I'm speaking to an undergraduate public history class for my alma mater. I've been doing this for a few years now. My former professor and mentor, we're pretty good friends now that I've graduated, and he's always asked me to come speak about my career as an archivist. So we're doing that again this year, and I need to create a presentation. Well, I really need to update my presentation because I've already have one that exists. I just want to update it with fresh photos and change some things because I've recently started a new position. So that's going to be a big focus for this week. So the next thing I'll do is like write in my appointments and stuff that I know is happening, just like my work schedule. Obviously I have a presentation to do on Friday, just appointments and things that I already know are happening, and that's gonna help me block out my time. So I put all of that in, and that gives me the space to figure out, okay, what are the actual to-dos, like weekly tasks that I wanna get done this week, and then I'll write that. I'll write all of them on the side column. And I have to pull, like I have to look in different places to figure out my to-dos, depending if it's YouTube, if it's client work, if it's personal related, if it's work related. I'll reference my, my email and see if there's anything in there, my Google Calendar, iCalendar, my monthly calendar, and my actual planners. Like there are different places that I look at to see, okay, what needs to happen this week. For instance, my client stock shoot, I looked in Asana, which is my project management tool that I use for my business. I just looked there to see what needed to happen this week, which was finishing a shoot, editing and delivering photos, and so forth. For YouTube, I need to get this video up, but also get another video up because I'm publishing 2 videos this week and some other admin, and then obviously working on my presentation, and then I'll put my personal to-dos in here as well. So after I kind of finish this week at a glance spread, there are different routes that I take, and every week is different. I'm not saying that this weekly plan with me is how every single week looks. I really just follow my intuition and what feels right and just how the week is going. So right now I'm just adding everything that I kind of put in my weekly planner into my iCalendar. So I'm essentially just time blocking my life and figuring out like when am I actually going to work on these goals and do these to-dos and all of that. I have a video where I show you the in-depth process of how I time block my life and business and day job stuff in iCalendar, so I'll make sure to link that below so you can check that out. This week in particular, I needed to move some things around because I was filming today, and I usually work on my day job today, and I am really grateful to have the flexibility to shift my schedule around. So today I needed to shift my schedule around a little bit to make time to film this video in the morning, and then I'll make that time up on Friday. So I just shifted like my day job schedule in there. That is in here like all the time. That takes up most of my week, obviously, and then I needed to put in other things that are happening, like my workouts, when I need to do my stock shoot, when I want to work on my presentation, when I need to edit photos, just all the all the tasks that I have in my weekly spread. I need to figure out, when I'm going to work on those and plot them into my iCalendar so I make time for them, which is very important. So once I got everything in my iCalendar, now I wanted to plot everything into my Day Designer planner, which is what I use on a daily basis. It's where I keep more of my daily to-dos in, and I don't really put a lot of stuff in here the week, going into the week. I mostly am writing a lot of stuff in here like the night before a day where I know I have certain things going on, or the morning of, and it's like why I like having my running to-do list, and then I reference that, and then on whatever day it is, say it's Wednesday and I have some energy and time in the evening to, edit some photos, then I can kind of put that in on that day. But I'm not planning my week to the T on the Sunday or Monday, because it just doesn't work, and some things might change. And I really want to honor my energy and not just try to micromanage my time so much. I really use time blocking to kind of replace that, and if something changes, I can just move it around in my iCalendar, and I don't have to erase and cross things out in my planner, because nobody likes that. So once I just kind of put in little things again, like my work schedule, when the trash needs to go out, if I have any appointments such as the presentation, I put those in there, as well as my workouts, or at least on the days where I'm planning to work out. Obviously that might change as well, because some days I just don't feel like working out, and since I'm only holding myself accountable to work out 3 days a week, then I have a lot of wiggle room. So this week I want to try and work out Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, so I plotted those in. Another thing I really like about this Day Designer weekly planner that I use as a daily planner is that it has this section at the top for your top 3 priorities for the week. So I just kind of transfer my weekly goals from my other planner into here, so they're in front of me on a daily basis, since I am looking at this planner every day and I'm not really looking at the other planner every day. The other planner just serves as kind of like helping me get clear on the direction and focus for the week. So these are always in front of me, and they're just the top 3 goals that I really want to focus on and help me just remind myself, you know, what I'm spending my time on and what really matters. And of course, planning would not be fun without putting stickers in. I decided to use some of my PowerSheet stickers to make my weekly spread a little bit more fun. This definitely is not something I do every single week, but when I'm feeling kind of uninspired, like I was today, then it does kind of help me a little bit. And again, it goes with like writing. If I'm like putting a physical like sticker on something, it like tells my brain like this is really important, or this matters, or this is something that you should keep like your mind on, such as working on my presentation for the week, date night, you know, just things that really do matter to me. And that pretty much wraps up my weekly planning for the week. It's pretty simple and straightforward. I'll give you an overview of what my weekly planner looks like to give you an idea. And as we zoom in, you can see just kind of like the things, how I want to feel this week, my goals that I'm working on, habits that I want to maintain, my top 3 focuses for the week, and also my running to-do list and the actual weekly spread, which I don't really use as a to-do list. It's just, again, putting in appointments and whatnot. And here is my Day Designer planner that I use on a more daily basis. You can kind of see the top 3 up there, and then all of the just workouts and appointments and work schedule and just things that I know are happening, like I mentioned before. So that gives you an idea of what that looks like. And that wraps up this video. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure to give this video a big like if you want to see more planning videos and weekly planning videos, and just be sure to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. We'd love to have you here. I post a lot of videos on planning and power sheets and getting stuff done essentially, and I will see you in the next video.